Both of my brothers and I have 2 kids each, but my sister, the eldest, has 7 children. That makes a total of 13 grandchildren for our mom. Out of all of them, only my younger brother's 2 children are still minors. One a teenager and the other a toddler. The rest are adults now, scattered across their own lives and stories. Looking back, I can pinpoint the exact moments when I began to notice the imbalance, the favoritism. It started quietly. Small gestures, subtle shifts in tone, little things that maybe others would overlook. But I know my mom. I know her well. She was always so natural around my sister's kids. Comfortable, present, herself. She'd joke with them, laugh freely, throw her arms around them without hesitation. She'd plan sleepovers, show up unannounced with treats, and speak about them with admiration and pride. Around them, her love was unguarded, flowing freely like it had no limits. But when it came to my children, my daughter, now 32, and my son, 21, there was always this strange stiffness, like she was playing a role. Her tone would shift, overly sweet, almost artificial. I recognized it instantly. That was her tolerating voice. The same tone she used with people she didn't care for, but didn't want to offend. I've seen her do it with acquaintances, extended family, even store clerks. It's a practiced kindness meant to conceal discomfort or disinterest. At first, I chalked it up to my sister's position in the family. She's the oldest and the only daughter. Maybe that was it. Maybe she just shared a bond with our mother that I couldn't replicate. I wanted to believe it was something logical, even fair in a way. But then I started watching how she interacted with my brother's kids, too. And there was again that same ease, that same joy. She played with them, laughed with them, created secret handshakes and inside jokes. They'd wrestle on the living room floor or curl up beside her to watch movies. She showed up for them, and I couldn't help but feel it deep in my gut. She simply wasn't that way with my kids. Or with me, really. That's what hurt the most. My kids adore her. They respect her deeply. They've never spoken a word against her. They remember her birthday. They send her cards. They always speak kindly of her. In fact, my children treat her better than many of her other grandchildren, some of whom have cursed her out, ghosted her for months, or outright disrespected her. Yet she continues to adore them. She speaks of them constantly, visits them, calls them, chases them down for a piece of their time. My son plays college basketball. He's been playing since he was a kid, and for over 15 years, I asked my mother to attend just one of his games. I begged, pleaded. She turned me down every time, at least 50 times over the years. Then I had a thought. What if my sister asked her? What would she say? So we tried it. My sister called her and asked her to come to one of his games. And wouldn't you know it, she was in the car within the hour. Not only did she show up, but when she walked into the gym and saw my son cry, overwhelmed by the surprise, she had a moment. She broke down, apologized for never coming before, told him she didn't realize what it meant to him. It was a powerful moment until it wasn't. That was over a year ago. Since that game, she hasn't called him. Not once. Not to check in, not to ask about school, not to offer support. She's gone right back to her routine, rotating between my nieces and nephews, going to their houses, calling them constantly, showing up for their events. And my kids? Ghosted. Forgotten. Thankfully, my wife's parents have filled the gap. They're the grandparents my children rely on, the ones who show up, who care. My mother is barely a footnote in their story now. I've tried to talk to her about it. Many times. Each time, her face falls like I just ruined her entire day. She gets defensive. Her go-to excuse: you and your family are independent. Y'all don't need me as much. So independence means invisibility? My kids went to college. Does that mean they don't deserve love and connection from their grandmother? What about when they were little? What was the excuse then? The truth is, she never has a real answer. I've been busy, she'll say, or she'll change the subject. Eventually, I turned inward. I started examining my own childhood, looking for clues, answers, context. And what I found was that this dynamic isn't new. It's been there all along. I was the youngest of 3 until my baby brother was born when I was 15. But even before he came along, I never got treated like the youngest. I remember being punished harshly while others got away with things. One time, my brother and I both got in trouble, but only I got punished. Actually, scratch that. He messed up, and we both got spanked. I couldn't make sense of it then, and I still can't now. For decades, I called my mom every single day, rain or shine, for 30 years straight. Then one day I decided to stop, not out of spite, but just to see. Would she notice? Would she reach out? 8 months have passed since then. She's called me twice. That's it. Meanwhile, she calls my siblings daily. She calls their kids too. I've watched her prioritize people who openly dislike her, like my brother, who has expressed outright resentment toward her for years. And yet, she bends over backwards for his kids. And here's the kicker. I was conceived during an affair. My mother had an infidelity, and I'm the child from that relationship. I have a different father than my siblings. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's the missing puzzle piece I've been trying to find. Maybe I remind her of something painful, something she wants to forget. I don't know, and maybe I never will. Why do know is this. I'm not angry about how she treats me. I'm 49. I've lived enough life to manage my own expectations. But when I see how she's treated my children, how she's dismissed, ignored, and overlooked them, it stings in a place I didn't know I still carried hurt. They deserve better. They deserve the love, attention, and memories that she gave so freely to the rest. And they never got it. At this point, I wouldn't invite her to a single one of their events. Not out of spite, but because it wouldn't be real. It wouldn't be natural. It would feel like I was dragging her somewhere she didn't want to be. And that's no gift to my children. They deserve people who want to show up. I'm not sure why I had to share this, but I'm glad I did. There's something healing in getting it out, in laying it bare. I do love my mom, deeply. That will never change. But I can't lie. There's a sadness in me that I can't ignore. A sense that she robbed my kids and me of what could have been a fuller, more connected family experience. And yeah, I'm pissed off about it.